Why are thousands of Hindus across India turning to the Catholic Church, leaving behind gods they've worshipped for generations? The answer is a story of faith, struggle, and secrets that's unfolding right now. In places like Varanasi, where the Ganges River flows, Hinduism shapes every part of life. Morning prayers, offerings to gods, and ancient rituals like lighting lamps or chanting mantras are as natural as breathing. But something is shifting. In 2023, over 10,000 Hindus were baptized as Catholics, a number growing year by year, according to church records. From crowded cities to remote villages, people are crossing a line that once seemed impossible. This isn't just a trend, it's a wave, stirring questions about what it means to be Indian and what faith looks like in a changing world. The pull toward Catholicism often starts small. For many, it's the Church's message of a personal God that feels different. Hinduism offers a vast world of gods, each with stories, rituals, and temples. But some feel lost in the complexity, searching for a faith that feels closer, more direct. The Catholic Church speaks of one God, of love and sacrifice through Jesus, which hits a chord for those craving a simpler connection. It's not about rejecting old ways but finding a path that feels alive, like a conversation with someone who listens. Then there's the practical side. The Catholic Church runs thousands of schools, hospitals, and shelters across India. In 2024, it had over 20,000 schools and 5,000 clinics, often in places where help is hard to find. For families struggling to survive, these services are a lifeline. A child gets free schooling, or a sick loved one gets care without a bill. These acts of kindness leave a mark. People see the church not just as a place of prayer but as a place of action, where faith shows up in deeds. In states like Jharkhand or Odisha, where many can't read or write, Catholic schools teach English and open doors to better jobs. Parents send their kids for the education, but soon, some find themselves drawn to the church's teachings too. This shift isn't easy. In India, religion ties to family, caste, and community. Choosing a new faith can feel like breaking a bond. Families argue, neighbors gossip, and some face worse, losing jobs or being shunned. In 2022, over 500 attacks on Christians were reported, many aimed at those who left Hinduism. The choice to convert is a heavy one, often kept secret. Some still join Hindu festivals like Diwali or visit temples, blending old traditions with new beliefs. This mix shows India's way of weaving faiths together, but it also sparks questions. Can you be Catholic and still honor your roots? The Church says yes, encouraging people to keep their culture while embracing new ideas. Why take such a risk? India is changing fast. Cities grow taller, villages get phones, and the world feels smaller. But with progress comes struggle, jobs are scarce, money is tight, and many feel left behind. Hinduism's rituals, while beautiful, don't always answer the questions of a modern world. The Catholic Church offers hope, community, and a God who feels near. For some, it's a way to cope with life's hardships, like debt or illness. Small prayer groups in villages, led by priests or nuns, become safe spaces. People gather, sing, and share stories, finding comfort in a faith that feels warm and welcoming. This isn't a new story. Christianity came to India 2,000 years ago, with St. Thomas landing in Kerala. The Catholic Church has grown, especially in places like Goa and Tamil Nadu, where old missions left deep roots. But today's conversions aren't about history, they're about today's needs. In rural areas, prayer meetings in homes draw curious Hindus. No one pushes them to convert, it's the sense of belonging that pulls them in. Over time, some choose baptism, often quietly, to avoid trouble. But trouble is brewing. Hindu groups like the RSS see conversions as a threat. They say missionaries use money or aid to trick people into Christianity. In 2024, new laws in some states made converting harder, requiring government permission and punishing forced conversions. Critics say these rules scare people away from choosing their faith freely. Last year, a church in Madhya Pradesh was attacked after rumors spread about luring Hindus. The air is tense, and converts often hide their new beliefs to stay safe. For those who convert, it's not about tricks or bribes, it's about change inside. Baptism feels like a fresh start, a way to leave behind pain and find purpose. But the cost is real. Families can turn their backs, and communities can push you out. Yet thousands are making this choice, driven by something deeper than fear. In one Tamil Nadu village, a group of new Catholics faces a crisis. A local leader has drawn a line: return to the old ways or leave the village forever. As whispers of exile spread, the converts must decide. Stand by their new faith or go back to avoid losing everything. What they choose next could change their lives and spark a fire across India. This moment tests their faith like never before. The Catholic Church's teachings have given them a sense of purpose, a belief that love can overcome fear. They found comfort in its rituals, kneeling for prayer, sharing bread in communion, feeling part of something larger. For many, this faith feels like a steady hand in a world of uncertainty. They don't see it as turning away from their heritage but as adding a new thread to their lives, one that shines with hope. Exile is a heavy threat. In this village, land and family are everything. Losing them means starting over with nothing. Some converts consider a compromise: could they pray in secret, keeping their new beliefs hidden while joining temple ceremonies? Others refuse to hide, believing their faith demands openness. The Church has shown them what it means to stand firm, not through force but through quiet acts of care. Its presence is felt in the village, not in grand speeches but in small deeds that have won hearts. The Church's work reaches deep. It runs programs that teach skills to the jobless, helping them earn a living. In 2024, thousands learn tailoring or farming through Catholic centers, giving them a way to stand on their own. These efforts don't ask for conversion, they're open to all. But for some, the gratitude turns to curiosity. They visit churches, drawn by the calm of a Sunday Mass or the kindness of a priest. This isn't about pressure, it's about a choice that feels right. The village, though, is at a crossroads. Some see the converts' faith as a wound to their shared history. They cherish the temple's festivals, where drums beat and flowers fall, tying them to their roots. For them, the convert's choice feels like a step away from that bond. Others disagree, pointing to the Church's open doors. They've seen it welcome everyone, no matter their background, offering help where it's needed most. This split fuels heated talks in homes, with families debating what unity means. The converts feel this tension. They've learned to live with both worlds, wearing traditional clothes to church or singing hymns that echo India's melodies. Their faith is a bridge, not a break. But the leader's demand for loyalty leaves no room for balance. He fears the village losing its soul, a fear shared by many who hold their traditions close. Yet the converts aren't alone. Some villagers, touched by the Church's work, speak up for them, arguing faith shouldn't tear neighbors apart. This struggle isn't just here. In other parts of India, converts face similar battles. In urban slums, they join quiet prayer groups, finding strength in shared songs. In remote areas, they risk more, with some losing ties to their kin. The Church supports them, offering not just spiritual guidance but practical help, shelter for those cast out, or legal aid against unfair laws. In 2024, when a state tried to shut down a Catholic charity, the Church fought back with petitions, keeping its doors open. The appeal of Catholicism often lies in its sense of community. This openness draws those who feel disconnected elsewhere, offering a place to belong without judgment. Another draw is the Church's focus on forgiveness. Its teachings speak of second chances, of a God who lifts burdens. For those carrying heavy loads, grief, shame, or failure, this message is a balm. It's not that other faiths lack compassion, but the Church's way of telling this story, through stories of Jesus' love, strikes a chord. Converts find peace in confessing their struggles, feeling lighter as they walk away. As darkness settles, the converts craft their plan. They won't flee or fight, they'll face the leader at dawn, not with anger but with an offer. They'll ask to stay, promising to honor the village's ways while keeping their faith. It's a risk, one that could fail. The church stands ready, its priest offering words of strength. Faith is a light, even in the storm. The converts cling to this, knowing their choice will ripple far beyond these streets. The wider picture is complex. India's laws grow stricter, with some states demanding proof that conversions are free. These rules aim to protect, but they also cast a shadow, making converts feel watched. In 2024, a court case in Gujarat challenged these laws, arguing they limit choice. The debate rages, with some defending tradition, others freedom. For converts, it's not just a legal fight, it's their daily reality, navigating a world that questions their path. What do you think about Catholicism in India? Please leave your thoughts in the comments.